Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Simon. This is Brett.
Oh, this
Is unnecessary.
is Super Rose with punch in the nose. And now he's waving. And he's just for something. Why should he keep punching him in the nose? I think he should take up a step, don't you? I think he should do some boxing. Well, as luck would have it, he can do it now. He has a box. Finished.
Dipstick. You brought the box out before I even said what the video was about. Well, never mind. This is what the video is about.
Yeah.
Anyway, throwing me off my train of thought, our video today is about something I found in Poundland. Now, there's a lot of debate about fake Lego, cheap Lego, alternative to Lego, all that sort of stuff. Like, is it any good? Is it really like a Lego and stuff like that? But I found this in Poundland and it cost £3 for this set. Now, I found the box a little bit misleading because it has a figure of a man there and a figure there. So it made it look like there was two, but really there is only one.
They look like the exact same person.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this because I gave this to Brett and I got him to make it for me. Not yet.
Getting it ready.
And I asked him to make it and tell me what he thought. Now, some things were, this cost £3 and it has 105 brick pieces, which I thought was slightly misleading. And also inside the box, what they did was they stuffed the ends with cardboard. So both end has this cardboard. So it was sort of like that inside, which meant that there's only a couple of little bags inside here, and the bags were quite small. And I think this was really a bit unnecessary. The box could have been like half the size of this, really. But forget that. The box itself doesn't look too bad. Like, you've got the explosions up here.
You can definitely tell it's not Lego.
You can tell that, yeah, because it doesn't say Lego on it. It's Build X, and it says Build X Combat, and it says Assignment, Search and Destroy. And it's got a Jeep. Now the other thing that's misleading is, what do you notice, Brett, about these wheels?
They're a lot more like Lego wheels.
They do look a lot like Lego wheels. So the way it looks is that the hub and the tyre is two separate pieces. But as you'll see in a minute, it's not. So there are some bits that...
The tyres don't even look like that.
There are some bits on here that look a bit different to they actually will when you see it in a minute. But if I turn the box around, it says that you can do like 3 different models. It says build multiple models. But that's not what we're mainly saying about is the box. We're also going to look at the instructions.
Bring the box
and
back.
how easy were the instructions to do.
So, here's the box. Here are the instructions. They are very complicated.
Why?
Well, right here, it shows for the first step to put the base together. It shows right there.
No, is that facing the camera, or can the camera not see it?
Right there. Can the camera see it?
That'd be a yeah.
You need several different pieces.
What you're trying to say, let me move the bear out of the way. Give me that.
But most of them look the same.
On
Bring
this,
the bear back.
no.
You need the bear.
What he's trying to say is there are 3 different models that you can make out of this. Yeah. So you have the instructions for the Jeep is from this little line upwards. Now, if this was actual Lego, I did say that right then. Didn't feel right. If this was actual Lego, you'd have a little booklet. I did have one near me, but
It's gone missing.
yeah, and they're quite clear, so they will show you like a couple of little blocks and point to exactly where they are. This though has everything in this small area, and it starts off all right, but then as you go through it gets a bit more unclear because the pictures are quite small. And then you've got instructions for the next model down here, and they go around to here, and then the last model. So what Brett found was, because what they do is they show you this one on the first bit quite easily, where you've got what blocks there are. It looks like there's like 3 different pieces already sewn together, and then some others coming down to it, but they're already made into certain bits. It was a bit more complicated, and so when he actually made it, he ended up with it not quite right. Now show the model, Brett.
So, here's a comparison. This is what a box shows it should have looked like. Here's reality.
Put it in the middle. Right, do you want to tell us what it's like?
So, first of all, some of these pieces aren't in the correct place. Like, apparently these 2 are supposed to go elsewhere. Everything,
Yeah,
most things here had to be one further, so these blocks wouldn't have to be there. But the problem with that, there's a bit of a gap.
right,
They couldn't go anywhere else.
Right, so what it should have been was, this should be slightly smaller. Are you trying to fight me or something?
Yes.
You've been watching that Sherpa dog where he's like trying to fight his owner, and now you're trying to get on me. Just pack it in.
No, there's also one other
I'll
thing.
give you a biscuit.
There's also another thing.
Hang on, chill out.
You're missing a piece of information.
1 minute. So this bit shouldn't be here. The actual grill should be back to about here, but somehow he's made this 1 block over, and these 2 bits should be on the back here. Now, say your bit of information.
So, another thing, I also added a little bit here.
Hey?
On the bottom. This bit's not supposed to be there. That was a spare.
Ooh.
Now, without that, this thing is incredibly fragile. So if I remove that, there you go, that's what it looks like.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is, it's easier to break. I put it right there, so it wasn't as easy breakable.
It's not breaking?
Yeah, but look. When I originally
Well, don't try and break it. Hang on, just leave it as is and
if
we'll
you
see.
pushed there, right there, it would snap.
Well, why are you going to be pushing there? That bit must have had to go somewhere else.
Yeah, but when you're putting all these pieces together, this bit would randomly snap. It's not doing it now for some reason. Don't know why.
Alright.
There you go, go straight back.
Right.
Okay.
So, something else that should happen is it doesn't, and this isn't actually his fault. But this is supposed to tilt back to be on a curve. But the only problem is, when you do try and do that, it pushes the steering wheel off. So, it's not perfect. And it is extremely light compared to a Lego car. But here's a couple of things that I found. Where it said there was 105 brick pieces, the steering wheel was in 2 pieces because you had to put the wheel onto the steering column. The man himself, which is very... You can feel that the Lego... Well, the brick pieces are very different. They're very light and they feel a lot cheaper than Lego. And the man feels quite delicate in a way. But you have... The hands were separated. Then you had this arm piece here. Then there was another little piece that goes into his arm that has to connect to this. And the legs, they were in 3 pieces as well. So you had the hips, then the thighs, and then the bottom of the leg, where the knee joint is. That was all in pieces. So you had to put all that together. So compared to a Lego man, where you normally put only 4 pieces together, like hair or hat, face, body and legs, with this one you had to do,
and sometimes arms,
so that's like 4 pieces, right? Well, with this one, this man came in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 pieces just for the man. Now you don't really need that, and to be honest, with the flexible knee, one of his knees especially keeps falling off whenever you try and bend his knee.
That's clever.
So it would have been much better if they just did it in 1 piece rather than the 2. Also, they've got weapons here.
Yeah, I put them down because of there's nowhere else for them to go. It wasn't a mistake at all.
Bits come off. It's kind of tight to put together on some bits as well. But
The question is though, in your opinion, was it worth it?
The heck? Well, let me show you something in a minute. Let me show you the wheel. The wheels, like I said, on the box it shows a hub and a tyre.
I'll fix this.
But it's actually one solid plastic piece. There's no rubber to it at all. It's all plastic. And it's hollow inside.
How did you make both wheels?
I didn't know I did. I thought I broke one. But it's hollow inside the wheel. So it's not in two pieces. That's not rubber.
There's a piece missing.
And that means that there are some...
There isn't.
Hang on.
Wait. They put his headlight back on.
So it's not as good as a Lego wheel. Not really. And the weapon... Something that I found out the other day when he was building this was the weapon is quite thin, but it's not a bad looking one. Actually looks alright. But when you've got it in the hand, he does kind of, and you move, you can feel it wobble in the hand a bit. So you can feel the hand's quite loose. And it does spin quite freely, to be honest. So it's not as good as Lego, but then again it's an alternative, so it's never going to be. But
It's got a cow don't like well at the guns.
right, but let me see. Can you reach that card behind me?
Which one?
That Lego one. This is something we did on one of our last videos, where we picked these up. You can buy these in say Asda for £2.50, or they're about £3.50 if you go to Tesco's. Which unfortunately I bought this from Tesco's. Then we went to Asda and found we could have bought a different vehicle for £1 cheaper. But this was just in a little bag, and the weight of this is slightly, can I buy that? The weight of this is slightly heavier than this, but the build quality, this feels tougher than this as well. And then when you compare the people, like, I do like the fact you've got a little army man, but this does feel more sturdy than this, but it's only £3. There are some sets there that are only £1. So, can you put it together with some other Lego though? Let's have a look.
The answer is no.
I don't know. Let's take his legs off and put these legs in. You could swap out the body if you could find one the same colour. Change the body a bit. He fits in there, alright. Yeah, you can use the people. That's not too bad.
Skulls.
What?
The skulls.
The skulls are heads.
Either way. How do you think about morbid?
Give me just any old piece of Lego that I can put together with this. Anything. Anything will do.
Take a window.
Yeah.
This has a completely different card out the window, doesn't it?
It does connect. It connects pretty well to Lego.
That's just one piece.
Alright, well, give me a different piece.
Have a stud.
Fits fine. So if you did have some of that, I don't think you'd notice it too much. The colour's slightly different. This is slightly lighter than what I think a normal Lego block would be. But for £3, is it the worst thing in the world? No. Is it something that I'm going to collect though? Would you collect it?
No.
No. But as a little gift for 6+. As a little gift for something that somebody could play with, just let's say you was at home and you was going to have some children coming around your house, like some grandchildren or something like that, and you wanted something for them to play with, keep them occupied for a little while, it would do the job. It's only £3 and you can get the ones for £1, like I said. It's not going to fall apart too much. The only thing is, like I said, with the instructions, they are a bit smaller, but it's not a bad little thing. I think if I took that apart and changed it, it might look a bit nicer. So all in all, for £3, I don't think it's too bad.
Too good.
No, the only thing is I don't like the person, the way that this is together. But if I was to go out somewhere and find some grey legs and put some normal Lego legs in there, I think it'd be fine. So I think that's alright. So if you see some, pick it up, try it for yourself. It's not a lot of money to really spend on it.
I don't think it's the most worth it thing though.
He doesn't like it, but I'm not too bothered about it.
I'll give it to you didn't build it, I did.
I bought it.
I built it.
Well, there you go. I didn't mind spending £3 on it.
Especially since one of the pieces damaged.
What?
There's one with a hole in it.
Oh, yeah, no. There is some funny dents in some of the blocks. So, like, there's 2 here that's got these dents. I forgot about that. And there was one other that it looked like it had a hole all the way through, and then it didn't. It's just like part way through for some reason. Like somebody started drilling a hole and then gave up. So I don't know what that's about.
I know some of these pieces do actually have holes.
Might do, but anyway, that's what we're going to look at for now. If I had the choice, I'd go for Lego, but because Lego can be quite a bit more expensive,
You'd
like
probably go with a cheaper one.
the smallest Lego set, apart from these bags, is like £9. Then you've got these bags that are between £2.50, £3.50. So for £3, when you've got something like that, it's not too bad. It'll keep your kid occupied for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's all right.
Now, just one thing.
What?
I had this very good idea. There. Now it's pally in it.
Actually, now I'm looking at it, I think it's weird. This shape, this front, I like the front. The back though, with these curved bits where they are, I'm starting to not like it.
Seems like right, that does, doesn't it? It's only after you've noticed it, you hate it.
It just seems a bit strange, but it's cheap, so it is what it is. Got anything you want to say?
Not really.
Would you buy it again?
No.
Didn't think you would.
I wouldn't touch this with a bad pole.
It's not that bad. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and join us again, see what else we can find. We might find something he actually likes. Doubt it. But
Lego.
I'm not holding anything.
Terrible.
For now, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. And he's waving. And guess what?
What?
He wants to see something. Do you think this could work like a crash dummy? Let's jump it. No.
Could do.
The car. Ready?
No, don't do that.
Didn't even make it off the edge of the table.